All right, hello, I'm Chris Axelrad. So let's talk about what acupuncture is and how it works. Okay, what acupuncture is and how acupuncture works. So acupuncture is essentially this ancient discipline. It's an ancient type of therapy. We think it came out of China. It's probably the first records of it are roughly three to 4,000 years ago. Things written on bone scrolls or on, I'm sorry, bone fragments that they were trying to record these different techniques. And so it's the insertion of these extremely fine, very sharp, and very painless needles into very strategic points on the body. We can call these trigger points, pressure points. Everybody knows, for instance, that there's a point on the hand here. It's right here on the along this bone. That when you press on it, it can help to calm a headache. Additionally, there's points here that will calm sinus pressure. Of course, we know that there's this system called reflexology, where certain parts of the feet can be massaged to affect other parts of the body, for instance, headaches, stomach aches, etc. And these things are actually proven to be effective. And so acupuncture is a way to stimulate those areas, those very specific areas, to have an influence on what's going on in the body as a whole. Now, how does it work? How does acupuncture work? Well, that's a big question that is still in the process of being answered. My, my take on acupuncture and how it works is very simple. Our bodies are extremely intelligent. Our bodies are actually, in the scientific age, we've sort of been conditioned to think of life as a mechanical thing, as a machine, and that, there was a time when scientists were making a lot of new discoveries, and a lot of those discoveries were based in what's called Newtonian physics, which is this sort of concept that everything sort of, has this very mechanical form of operation, that the universe is this sort of mechanical thing. And yes, there are these laws that, certain things in motion tend to remain in motion, blah, 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 etc., which are very, very important. And there's no doubt that Sir Isaac Newton caused a revolution in physics and in science. But as we're advancing and we're maturing in science, we're starting to realize that there's something beyond just the mathematics, beyond just the numbers. That there's something called epigenetics, which is a fancy word to describe something beyond the genes, something beyond the DNA that is actually in control of the body. So it used to be thought that your DNA, and it's funny because I'm talking about acupuncture, now we're already talking about DNA, but it's a very important concept because I think it's important to understand that our bodies aren't machines and that acupuncture is actually tapping into an intelligent network. It's tapping into an intelligent entity that has intention and will and focus. So back to the DNA, it used to be thought that DNA was the code, and basically everything just mechanically followed what was in the DNA. Sort of like, you can program a computer and put something on the hard drive, some instructions, and then you just push a button and it just runs through those instructions, and that's what it does. Can't do anything other than what's in the instructions, right? And so for a long time, that's what DNA was looked at. That's the way DNA was looked at, as this set of instructions from which there's no deviation. Well, things have changed, and science has now coined this fancy term called epigenetics, and epigenetics, which means beyond the genes, meaning that there is something beyond the genes that is in control, because what they've proven is that everybody carries different genes, but not all of those genes get expressed, and that in fact our body chooses to express one gene over another gene. So what is making the choice? And that's what we call the epigenetic factor. Chinese medicine has talked about the epigenetic factor for thousands of years, and what they've called it is qi, or life force energy. And what life force energy and qi means is essentially that there's an intelligence in the body. We have lung qi, which means that our lungs have a certain intelligence, that they know how to do what lungs do. And we have heart chi and liver chi, and we have stomach chi, and all of these different types of chi which tell those organs, or which those organs embody, which makes them special, which makes them do what they do. It's sort of like this innate intelligence. Okay, you could call human chi as this innate intelligence of walking and talking and communicating and reaching for things and building things and all these things that humans do. These are things we just do, right? These are things that, you're born into the world and you're taught, but there's also this innate ability to sort of reach out and start learning and doing these things, okay? So that's what your body's doing all the time. And actually your body has this amazing code within it, this amazing intelligence, this blueprint on how to heal and how to restore balance. And your body's making all these unbelievably powerful chemicals and drugs all the time. We call these neurotransmitters and hormones and enzymes and peptides and all these different things. Billions and billions of times a second are being made in your body to keep you healthy, to keep you strong, to keep your heart beating, to keep you thinking, to wake you up, to put you to sleep. And so we can tap into the body and influence how the body is making medicine. Now, acupuncture was initially thought to work based on the nervous system, but actually it's turned out that the nervous system does not map exactly to the acupuncture meridians. But there's no doubt that there's an electromagnetic resonance there with acupuncture, where if you put a point, for instance, if I put a needle here in this part of my arm and then on a certain part of my foot, there's a certain resonance that gets set up in the body that then starts to influence certain parts of the inside of the body. For instance, the stomach or the gallbladder, for instance. There's so many different things that, in fact, acupuncture can affect every single tissue in the body. Another thing to keep in mind is that acupuncture influences circulation patterns as well. This is something that's documented also. So by influencing circulation patterns in the body, you can bring blood to certain organs. You can help to move blood away from areas where maybe it's become excessive. It's a very powerful tool for pain management as well. It does dramatically increase endorphin secretion, and so it causes a very dramatic shift in those endorphins, which endorphins are an amazing drug for the body. It's an endogenous morphine. It gives a source of pleasure and happy feelings and contentment, as well as pain relief and many other positive benefits to these substances that our bodies make. So acupuncture really is about tapping into the body's own medicine. It's about turning on the body's healing system. And so that's how it works. And I've seen it help so many people with so many issues, from PMS to migraines to IBS to infertility to simple back pain or other types of pain, depression, anxiety. And so why is it so effective for these things? Because of the fact that our bodies know how to heal all these things already. So, we're conditioned to think that we need to put things in our body, we need to take medicines in order to heal, but actually our bodies already know how to heal. Our bodies have everything they need to heal themselves. When we tap into and stimulate our bodies to start moving in that direction, they don't wait 1 second, they get right to work and they start healing. And so acupuncture is a powerful tool to facilitate that.